Adamawa State woke up to a shocker today. The sitting governor, Right Honorable Amadou Moro Fintiri, defected to the All Progressive Congress, the APC. He has been riding on the wings of the PDP for the past 7 years. What does that mean to the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and his defection to the APC? Will he add to the fortress of the ruling All Progressive Congress? These are questions that begs for answer. Hello dear, it's a pleasure to have you join us on Political Affairs today on Karma TV. My name is Chris Jacobs, and I've been joined today by the Principal Senior Assistant to the Governor of Adamawa State on Social Mobilization, Dr. Victor Dogo. He joins me to talk some more regarding the defection of his principal to the All Progressive Congress. Hello, Dr. Victor. It's a pleasure to have you on Political Affairs today.
Thank you for having me.
I don't know how to start, but is it right or safe to say, first of all, congratulations?
Well, I think it's in the whichever way you want to approach it. First of all, we have to look at it from the angle of the positivities that a lot of people are trying to spread all over the place, and the excitement, the electrifying, atmosphere. A lot of people woke up with this. No one expected it to be today, and I must be very sincere. And I think this is the way forward.
So I'm right to say congratulations that your principal has defected to the ruling All Progressive Congress.
Thank you very much.
But what does that mean to you as an individual, as a principal senior assistant to the governor on social mobilization? Because I can remember before the last general election, you did a great job, moving from nooks and crannies all over the 21 local government, campaigning for Right Honorable Amadou Fintiri on the platform of the People's Democratic Party. And your voice were taken to heart by eligible voters. But with this defection now, what does it mean to you?
Well, I want to remind you that the moment we came on board, the governor initiated and opened the office of the social mobilization, which cuts across political parties. So it was more or less from a platform to governance. And when we came on board, I was brought into an office of proper governance that does not have to do with political parties, but has a lot to do with virtually everyone from every other political party. And that's why the office of social mobilization was opened, and I was the one that headed that office. And all along, we've been able to build a rapport, a kind of relationship that cuts across parties, whereby persons from different political parties, from the APC, from the SDP, from the Labour Party, were always brought on board quarterly on this interactive session, where we bring a lot of personalities to come and talk about what really policies are and where it meets the people and how to carry the people along. And this was more or less like a feedback mechanism that was an open door to everyone. So it built a kind of a relationship that was pushing forward the projects Adamawa first in the Nigerian projects. So you see, when that's to say that he has always had that mindset of the Nigerian projects, and that Nigerian project had to start from the center, and that's from where he was. So if you look at it, that was what also brought about the 2 awards that we did get, and that was because this was a man that was able to separate politicking from governance, a man that was able to concentrate on the people. And in his concentration, he was able to now win the hearts of the persons that are all across these political parties. At the same time, I must say something here. You see, Governor Fintiri, as we've always said, sincerely is a movement. He's a man that believes that whatever you're doing, leave the place better than you met it. Now, with that ideology, he has eaten into the hearts of a lot of Nigerians, and they've always, all along, always called me to say, this your governor. We don't understand how we can have a politician that understands the unity of the people. That's why when I heard someone somewhere arguing about Governor Fintiri coming to APC, I was like, no, I think he's missing it. The man is missing it. One AB Kwacham, he's missing it. Governor Fintiri is not at war with anyone. And I also want to cherish and also call on Kwacham to understand that this is a movement that embraces everybody.
But you don't blame the likes of Kwacham. I know that there are more than just a Kwacham who may have lamented and expressed displeasure in the defection of Governor Fintiri to the APC, because they have been there nurturing the party for the past 8 years or thereabout. And the system, has always molded a decision whereby if someone who is a sitting governor comes to a party, presumably it takes the pretenders of other party.
Well, I love this question. You said, would I blame him? I rather would like to put forth what it entails. Now, Kwacham as an individual has his own personal relationship that he has expressed in the way he knows Governor Fintiri. But there is also the aspect of Governor Fintiri that those of us that have been his aides understand about his ability to integrate. From the angle you're looking at Governor Fintiri and your views and your expectations, you might be shocked by the time you meet Governor Fintiri on the platform that you are now on. Governor Fintiri is one man that understands every person he encounters and is able to open the door in such a way that you will come in and fit into where you belong. So Kwacham should understand that he shouldn't allow people to make him feel that bad or agitated. No, he should understand that he might have known Fintiri in another way. But we that know him to be an integrator, to know him to be someone that understands how to create a platform for a movement for everybody to come along. That is why that slogan, leaving no one behind, has always trailed.
Now, earlier you said it's all about Nigerian project. If indeed it's all about Project Nigeria or Project Adamawa State, then why the need for defection?
Well, that is a very good question. Now you see, there's something that people must understand. If you consider what is happening in the Nigerian system, you discover that at a point in time, you could have a perspective about something in the initial state where it is being ignited. But over time, you begin to study the progression, the pattern in which it is taken. As it begins to mold, you either fit in or you distance yourself. Now, when you consider the fact that still on the PDP platform, the APC took Governor Fintiri as a study, and they understood that this man, far back then, was able to deliver on a national plan. Now, Governor Fintiri on the other side was able to understand that politics is not a war. Politics is being able to assimilate what is presented, digest it, and then carefully bring out and marshal out plans that will bring about development and growth. Now, he was able to do that. So now this tells you that his ability to do these things distincts him and makes him a figure that nationally every other political party will want to embrace. Let me be very sincere with you. It is not only the APC that wanted to embrace Governor Fintiri, sincerely, but because of his alignment with the national policies and national plan, which seems to, and even when the Governor Fintiri started the Nigerian First project, at that time the APC had not declared, I think it was last year, the APC declared that Nigerian First project products, you understand? Yeah. But Governor Fintiri had already started that mission from his first tenure.
All right, let me ask you this. It's critical. You said it's not only the APC that wanted Governor Fintiri to join the party.
Yes.
If it was the SDP that is the ruling party today, do you think Governor Fintiri would have defected to the SDP or the ADC or PRP or any other political party?
I love
it was
that
this
question.
Party that is ruling Nigeria
I love that question. Let me be very sincere with you. Governor Fintiri carefully studies the platforms. And not just the platforms. You see, there's this saying that they say, Baba Tinubu have always said that built Lagos State. And the people even in Lagos have come to Yola and they are saying, wow, Governor Fintiri is building Adamawa State. Now you see that similarity. There is a line that tends to bring them together. And that kind of an acceptance tells you that Governor Fintiri must aggravate towards what tends to be a building factor. a building force, building a place where they tend to understand that you must progress. Now you see the progressive approach of the APC on the basis of which Governor Fintiri has aligned, and they also have aligned with him. Why did I say that clearly? For them to give Governor Fintiri award twice tells you that the APC did align with the man Governor Fintiri, and then for Governor Fintiri to also to accept that those awards even before talking about this so-called saga that brought all this now tells you that Governor Fintiri had aligned with policies and personalities that understand what the national plan of Nigeria was all about. And if ever we're going to fulfill the Nigerian dream, we must all align our thoughts, our mind. That's why I say people like Kwacham and all the rest must understand that the coming of Governor Fintiri is an alignment for a national movement, a movement that has to do with the building of the Nigerian dream. And that Nigerian dream has always been what Governor Fintiri has always had in his heart, and that is exactly what has played out today.
All right, we're going to take a breather, but let me allow you to ponder on this. What do you make of the rumors that are making around that most of the governors that defected to the ruling All Progressive Congress, cashed out, in the sense that some say billions were actually transferred into their account? Could it be that Governor Fintiri also collected the billions from President Bola Tinubu for him to have defected to...
What a very funny insinuation.
Yeah.
And let me be very
all right, ponder on this. You take a breath on that, and hopefully when we return from this short timeout, you will respond to this question. Well, you're watching Political Affairs on Kama TV. We'll take a short break and be back in a moment. And for those of you following the conversation on our Facebook page and YouTube page, I urge you send your comments or send your questions and contributions to the comment sections. We'll be back in a moment. Join us again. Glad to know you're still there, but if you have just joined us, you're watching Political Affairs on Kama TV. I've been speaking with Dr. Victor Dogo. He's a Principal Senior Assistant to the Governor of Adamawa State on social mobilization, and our focus today is on the defection of Governor Fintiri that took place today, and it came as a shocker to Adamawa indigents. All right, before the break, I asked you about the rumors that are making the rounds that any governor of any political party that recently defected to the ruling All Progressive Congress, there is a package, that is given to them, and this package comes in billions.
My brother, I want to clearly say here that, you see, when people are used to market gathering discussions, they say things. They just insinuate and just bring out versions of what they feel they would modify tomorrow and the next day. So these are all funny stories. The most important thing I must say at this point in time is that Governor Fintiri is a man that is distinct, a man of character, a man that has been able to set a pace that even all other governors see as a ground to emulate. And also, let me be very clear to you, Governor Fintiri is a man that has always been able to carry the people along, and he said it very clearly. I will move if the people say I should. Governor Fintiri did not move until he went round and asked the people what they wanted.
The tour he went,
yes.
Did he ask for their permission to defect to the APC?
Sir,
did the people allow him? Did they tell him that,
yes,
okay, you're free to go?
Let me be very straight about that. He put the question out there. Me kuke so.
Then what did they say?
Me muije, muyi, and he will keep quiet and listen. Sir, it was affirmative that he should make a move where he knows is best for the future. of Adamawa State. So the movement of Governor Fintiri is on the basis of the future of Adamawa State aligning with the national. That's one very important thing I want people to understand.
But he has less than a year to leave office.
No, Governor Fintiri is not a man of a time space of a year or two. No. Governor Fintiri is a movement that transcends time.
Even though he hasn't shown any interest to vie for any elective office, as most governors do after their tenure, their second tenure, they move to the National Assembly as a senator, but he never showed that interest. But let me still get back to you with a shocker today. After touring the 21 local government, and just like you said, the submissions of the people, is in consonance with his decision. Now, the decision of Governor Fintiri is personal. But of course, I've seen even today on social media, most of his political aides, tendering their resignation, on social media from the People's Democratic Party, including the commissioners, except but a few. Isn't it a personal issue, whether or not, if he goes to the APC, fine and good, but that does not compel other aides.
Sir, let me say something here. You see, this is why we've always failed as I won't say as a nation, but this is why a lot of people fail. When you personalize and consider your self-interest, and let me be sincere, this tells you that this movement is about the people. It's about the states. It's about the future of Nigeria. It's about not losing the giant strides, not losing the great investments, not losing the opportunities that have been created from the national and in particular in Adamawa State. We were not in the ruling party, but we were able to carry the ruling party in terms of policies and programs that aligned with the progress and improvements of the lives of the masses of Adamawa State. Now that tells you that we have a distinction when it comes to our decisions, and you must understand that Governor Fintiri is someone that his lieutenants understand his heartbeats. And these commissioners that you're talking about that have resigned from the PDP are people that understand that in every movement there must be a leader. And if there is a leader, we should all rally around that person, move with him, and ensure that we achieve the vision and the dream of that leader in consonance with our expectations.
So if the leader has a will, definitely there will be a way.
And the followers will align.
All right. Now, every political party is supposed to have an ideology, but unfortunately, though, most political parties in Nigeria do not have an ideology. I would have asked you this, which of course I should. Do you see Governor Fintiri infusing the People's Democratic Party ideological base into the APC? If APC does have an ideology, wouldn't that be conflicting?
No, I want to draw your mind and take you back again. The APC were the ones that gave Governor Fintiri award twice in the PDP. That means there must be an aligning point. And that aligning point is what people call ideology. Now that ideology that tends to marry these mindsets, that makes them understand that Governor Fintiri is the man that has what it takes to rule Adamawa State, and they were able to give him accord him this award, tells you that when it comes to alignment of ideology, it has existed on good basis of good governance.
Progressive.
And then
progressive.
Not just progressive, but on the basis of the Nigeria First project. That has been what we have preached in the Office of Social Mobilization, and till the end of this government, I will continue preaching the aspect of social mobilization, inclusiveness, integration. The only good thing that you might see is that probably Governor Fintiri will now infuse that open door policy of allowing the people from all over to come in.
All right. What does this defection mean to, of course, there's a coalition now that is guiding momentum, called the ADC, and it's like a tsunami.
Sorry,
No, hold on.
no, I heard you call a name. No, what I want to ask you is that when you say ADC, is it a football club?
No, it's a political party. Don't be sarcastic. It's
No,
a
I'm not being okay. You mean the political
African Democratic
Good.
Congress.
Because when you just said ADC,
and the coalition, of course, you know what the coalition did in 2014 that ousted former President Goodluck Jonathan from power, and you know how powerful the coalition can be. The conglomerations of different political parties and politicians. Now, what does this defection mean to the ADC? Doesn't it look like it might give the ADC more impetus and gusto, to venture into the 2027 general election, looking at the PDP powerhouse, is a little bit weakened for now.
I'm happy you talked about the club. Sorry, the ADC as a political party.
You're being sarcastic again.
No, I'm being real with you. As a political party, and you call them a coalition of maybe retired footballers that have been brought on board, because I don't see them as players in the political terrain. Because when you consider as persons that have not been able to prove themselves over time coming into a club, a political party called the ADC, you begin to wonder, what is their scorecard? What do they have to offer to Nigerians? I've been wondering if had it been they were able to calm down and understand the handwritings on the wall, I think they would have instead said, well, I think let's wait. Don't waste your time. That's the truth.
Wait for what? And wait
they
for
should
who?
just wait for another opportunity, maybe probably in the next 20 years or so. Let's say 10 years.
But victory is not served on an a la carte.
No, it's on the basis of results. Their result, Nigerian dollar is now at how much? 1.3, 1.4. The same sufferings that people were crying have started dropping.
Finally. Doesn't it look like your principal might have shot himself in the leg? Because this is the same person that has castigated the APC in Adamawa State, saying, that it's like a rotten cake, in Hausa, La Cheche Masa.
I love what
he emphatically said that several times.
I am happy you asked that. I'm happy.
And now it is the same. It's like someone going back to his vomit. It is the same person that castigated and ridiculed the political party that he's joining or he has joined.
I'm happy you asked that question.
Quickly, please.
Because those personalities that made up that system, that rotten the system, are no longer there. Most of them are the ones that have moved to the so-called ADC. Go and check those of them in the ADC. They are the ones that have moved, the so-called Amechi and the rest that have moved to the so-called ADC. They are the ones that rottened it, and the moment we discovered that it was being removed and APC has been pushed and there are certain personalities, that was why Governor Fintiri said, now this is the APC that has distinct itself and have aligned.
All right, Dr. Victor Dogo, Principal Senior Assistant.
So there's a difference between the APC we're talking of now and the APC then.
All right. Well, Dr. Victor, Principal Senior Assistant to Governor Fintiri on social mobilization, thank you so very much for coming, to Political Affairs.
Thank you for having me.
I say congratulations once again, right?
Oh, it's a great one.
Okay. All right, viewers, this way we drop the anchor on the show today. Thank you so very much for being with us from start to finish. Join us again same time, same station as we come with a fresh edition of the program. Until then, my name is Chris Jacobs. Stay safe. And for those of you following the conversation on YouTube page and our Facebook page, thank you for being there for us. And thank you for following the conversation. Send your comments, send your suggestions and questions to the comment section. And don't forget to follow all our conversation on our YouTube page and our Facebook page on Karma TV. God bless Nigeria.